buzz in this city as DeAndre Ayton left it short. Here comes man, has some help in Zubats. And that gets Jimmy scary to think how good this club can be and what their ceiling will be once he makes his debut after the All-Star break.
I think you need to front load your schedule so you're playing the bulk of your games early, so you don't have a lot of time to make up for it. See Paul George with
the radar, Jimmy, for the last couple of years. He is finally now joining the Clippers. What a finish by Man. Wasn't a legal defense against the Clippers, but certainly Man's numbers have been much more than a mark. Look at Zubats getting out against Booker. Man in the open floor. Hard right-handed flush.
With them based on OKC, but also USA basketball. So the mindset and understanding is there. Paul George, some kind of, I think, connection with KD from Monty, a comfort level.
Booker strong.
How long do you think it will take for him to kind of integrate himself and kind of be a part of the flow of this offense?
Keep an eye on when they stay in flow in the offensive end.
Dennis just likes to get those DMV references as much as he can.
Of course, you know that.
One of the top offensive rebounders in the league, unable to squeeze it for the Clippers. Okogie from deep, got it. Oh, so just acquired off waivers Wednesday from Orlando. This is his Phoenix debut tonight. Gets it to Ayton.
Great opportunity. I had a chance to talk to him before the game. I know him very well, along with his agent. And I said, young fella, do you understand your opportunity?
Jacques Landale gets it to Ross with that reserve unit here for Monty Williams. And Terrence Ross, a guy who has filled it up in his career. Gordon able to draw. Paul George splits two with a bounce. This is Plumlee. Out to Highland. He can stroke it. Splash. 10-point lead.
And the pass, a little simple pass, but it wasn't made easy by a 7-footer off the dribble.
Jay Warren gets it back and puts it down for Phoenix.
Good offensive rebound, but do you think also, too, good offensive rebound, but do you think also, too, it feels good, but mentally it feels good?
Coming into the league, or his whole life shoot one way. I think Tristan Thompson did it one time in Cleveland, but to see someone...
1-point game, early stages, second quarter. Just a half game separating these two teams in the West. That is from the leg injury that cost him 21 games. Okogie. This is Gordon left open, and Eric Gordon doing it at both ends. George turns it over. This is Okogie, little Euro step, beautiful finish, right to the rack. 6-point game, and Lee takes it back. Massive point, and then Phoenix another steal. Unbelievable as the Clippers suddenly get awfully sloppy.
Throughout the course of the season has been very loose with the basketball, where they will turn it over in spurts.
Paul George basically explains the season, all the craziness that they've had. What a pass! Surgical was Booker getting it to be up. Well, this fan base, this city doesn't need much more to get energized after the last couple of days. What a shot.
Down offensively in a half-court set, and they turn it over.
This is Lee. Got it! Of the second quarter. Booker into the corner for Okogie. Starting to play with some confidence. Left-handed finish. They turn it over. Zubats with the rip. Ahead of the field is Man. Lines it up. Splat. And now Monty Williams just trying to temper expectations. Zubats! A lot of talk that the Clippers are in the buyout market, maybe for a backup point guard. Look at that finish by Okogie.
As professional athletes.
He's been wearing that mask for more than a month. Ayton by Torrey Craig. Paul probing. Chris Paul, an all-NBA player last year at the age of 37, at least for the moment. Paul gets it to Ross, knifes in, and he is getting right to work with his new team. Set up by Paul, but Ayton just couldn't finish. Leonard with a tip in by Zubats.
He is playing extremely well, understanding his role as a player, which is the key to NBA. And let's see if the mindset changes for the Clippers.
Guarded by Craig. Here's Leonard. Can Kawhi Leonard get his offensive game going? 0 of 8 shooting if you've just joined us for Leonard. George. On a masterful three-point stroke, 14 for PG-13, and a quick
able to respond with his own three.
Zubats, number 10 rebounder in total rebounds per game and turnover. Clippers a home winner Tuesday. This is man swooping in, right-handed finish. 34 out of potential 61 games as they try to maintain that on the baseline.
Well, Booker has never had that dynamic score on the other side of him. And he's a level with Kevin Durant. And actually, I think it may help Devin Booker be even more efficient as a player because not as much pressure with
ending an 8-0 Phoenix run. So a 2-point game. Look at Ayton in traffic going.
Add up to making winning plays and putting yourself and your team in a situation to compete for a championship.
Ayton. And what they hope will be a deep run through the postseason. Leonard, beautiful drop off to man from PG-13. They get it to Craig, corner three, splash! And still has not scored in this game. He's 0 of 9 from the field. Man, boy, he is lighting up the night. Is after Jimmy, he makes one of the splashiest moves in recent NBA history, wasting no time.
Is powerful, but he doesn't do that as a leader. Chris Paul will remain the vocal leader of this team, and I think that's very important.
Fourth team in the West, just a half-game lead over the Clippers. Ayton, pretty leader for Phoenix.
It's Paul by allowing the switch to happen and then Ayton to get in proper position to receive, catch, and finish.
Kawhi, and you just think of all the weapons and all the different things that Plumlee can give you. Such a versatile big. And then Leonard pushing for the Clippers. Here comes Leonard, turns the corner, going this one tonight. Longest stretch of his career. He's now done it for his 6th consecutive game as Ross.
I tell you what, this is a move that quietly happened across the league that nobody really talked about, and Kawhi Leonard able to. But Giannis is that type of player, man. Well, right. He's like, no, I want to play. And speaking of which, it's Saban Lee able to.
They've died 27 games in which they've had both Leonard and Paul George. How does this one end here tonight in Phoenix? Gordon weaving through traffic. Gordon, beautiful wraparound feed. It's Plumlee on a finish.
Not looking at the playoffs, but Terrence Ross in Orlando never complained, stay professional. Eric Gordon as Biombo with the baby playoffs, Double J, and they're going to be keys to coming off the bench for both teams.
But you made the point when we were talking at a halftime about this.
For the Clippers and Terrence Ross for the Suns. Could prove dividends for both of these two teams. Hoping to make
being invited to the three-point shooting contest.
Beautiful little floater. That's Bones Highland. Push LA's lead back to 9. So Highland with 7 off the bench. This is a Kogi. Corner pocket. Making only his 4th start of the season. George taking on Biombo at the Summit. Phoenix. 3-pointer from Ross won't go. Gets his own rebound and puts it up and in. 6 points. Chris Paul has just tied Michael Jordan for 3rd place on the NBA's all-time steals list. Gordon, Leonard, and Paul George. Booker, tough defense from Gordon.
Duke can guard in a little bit of space. Paul George.
George teeing off right through the Phoenix defense. You see the quickness of Paul George. Incredible, Jimmy. Look at man as his monster night continues.
Shots he wouldn't see. The game has slowed down, and now he's making plays just like we saw either in transition or in the half-court.
Phoenix holding just a half-game lead over the Clippers. This is George, gets to the elbow, that mid-range is going to have to work through. They've got 8 weeks, Jimmy, to figure it out, but what a bunch of additions that they've made. Look at as we approach the final 2 minutes here in Phoenix. Leonard maintains his feet, puts it down. My goodness, 13 for Kawhi. And the Clippers trying to give themselves some breathing room, but set 7 to shoot. Paul George, 26 points. What a pass. Zubats backdoor to man. That clock. Final 60 seconds. Shot clock down to 2. What a matchup between Paul and George. Booker's 3 won't go. Paul is there with 13.7.
Again, I got a chance to cover his team all year. Much different look. Now we're able to see